Hello there, I'm Milo, and today the stream is all about Metroid fan games. I've just played Dread myself, and yeah, looking forward to exploring a bit more. I've now played every official game, so if I want more Metroid, I have to go to the fan game world to expand my experience of playing Metroid games. Also, like indie games that are Metroid homages or inspired by it. Which brings us to the first game of today's stream. Thomas Happ is a name you might have heard of. He is responsible for pretty much solely creating Axiom Verge 1 and 2. Very well-regarded Metroid-inspired indie games, which I haven't got around to yet myself, but I will soon. Gibbon in chat is saying that she remembers Orn. This came out when I was in high school, she says. Holy Sith spit. I didn't know this was by Happ. It was. It says right on the title screen, in fact. So, yeah. You can get this from a website that Happ put together. This is basically a student project when he was in university studying computer science and stuff. So he did it in 2003, and he made it as a GBA game. Like, you can play it on a GBA. I'm playing this through a GBA emulator. And it was when the GBA was new, around that time. I think it didn't come out to 2004. And this was when he was studying at RIT, which I think is Rochester Institute of Technology in upstate New York. I say upstate because it's a Simpsons quote. I don't actually know. Emergency order. Report to the planet Zebeth and eliminate the outlaw Hydra, the fugitive criminal. Galaxy Federal Police. That's the plot. That's all you need to know. Yeah, let's get into it and I'll talk more about it as we go. So if you're familiar with Metroid 1, you might recognize this and some of the other games today, but the main character is a little bit different. So this is... Whoops. Oh, who mapped jump to B and... Oh boy. Okay. I wonder if I can change that. Hold on. I didn't test this clearly. Yeah, I'm using RetroArch. I want to get off it, but I didn't have time to investigate my other options. Good lord. Where is the thing that you do to change the inputs? Here? Okay. Right. Yeah, so this one. Wait. Forget it. I'll just manage emulators. What are you gonna do? Anyway, yeah, so this is based on Metroid 1. Happ says in the webpage where you can get this and find out more about it that he wanted to do a unique environment that was new and stuff. But he was time constrained, so he just took the layout of Metroid 1's Brinstar, and that's the scope of this game. The enemies and abilities are mostly the same. Some features have been changed. He noted that the morph ball's the same, the Varia is still there as well. But the ice beam has been replaced with the screw attack. The bomb kind of works the same, but is now the morph discharge, and missiles have been replaced by graviton pulse, which even he admits are functionally the same thing. And it's not just a Metroid 1 type engine. He's added features from like some that were introduced in Super Metroid, like 8-way aiming. We can go diagonal, as you can see, and you can lock the diagonal in. So I'm holding L now and it's pointing diagonally. The wall jump, that's been added. I'll demonstrate that when I get a chance. What else was the other thing? Oh yeah, crouching. You couldn't crouch in Metroid 1, of course. And I guess it's important to say up front as well that, as Happ says on the website as well, please support the official release. So this was made around the time that Zero Mission was coming out, and it's a kind of, in some ways, a similar kind of concept. And Nintendo has unfortunately been extremely litigious and hostile to fan projects. So yeah, we're gonna bring that up later in the stream if I get to that, actually. Whoops. Oh no, I'm not gonna get to that one today. There's gonna be a part 2 of Metroid fan games, because there were too many interesting ones that I wanted to try. Right. Let's see, what else should we cover? Yes, a wall jump. I did it. So yeah, let's talk about the graphics. So you can tell that they're sort of pre-rendered sprites, which is a really cool look, especially coming off my giant series of Donkey Kong Country, the trilogy streams that used that technique pioneered in the 90s. Oh boy. But yeah, people did it a lot on the GBA, actually. Making higher res assets and then converting them into sprites to use on the system. And that's what Happ has done here. He talks about his process of rendering the models in that post, which I will link in the YouTube archive, but you can probably find it just by searching for Orn, O-R-N. I want to go up and left because I think that's where the long beam was, although I already have the long beam. I can already shoot across the whole screen. They never brought back the concept of short beam and long beam again, did they? Good idea. It was a stupid power-up anyway. Having it by default is good. I won't grab that, I'll just lose progress. Oops. Oh yeah, Gibbon points out, I remember being really fascinated by the layered backgrounds, and yeah, that's interesting. All those sort of parallax scrolling background layers, that's really well done and adds a lot of atmosphere to these areas. Dread was really good about that too, as well as Samus Returns, having detailed and deep backgrounds that kind of make the world feel more immersive, even if you're only traversing a 2D plane. I have played Metroid 1, so I'm familiar with how to battle some of these things. Oh, don't have missiles yet, of course. So yeah, some of the graphics are kind of taken from Metroid, like the platforms and the environments and stuff. The enemy sprites and the sprites of Orn here as well. Not Orn, actually. Orn's the name of the game. The character I'm playing as is called Hydra, which I think was introduced in that opening scroll. Yeah, but all those have been pre-rendered in this really cool style, which I think works quite well. Happ also in that post talks about the design process of rendering these enemy characters and stuff, and there's a nice table comparing hold on, try and get a diagonal, but you have to be running to, yeah, anyway. Yeah, the comparison table, which has pictures of like concept art of all these enemy characters from Metroid 1, which were sourced from the Metroid database, a very good fan site that recently sort of restructured and relaunched, and a lot of its old stuff is kind of gone, unfortunately. You can access some of it still through an archived version of the old site, but yeah, it's a little unfortunate. My favorite thing about that site was the comic translations. They scanned a lot of old manga and stuff and translated it, including Samus and Joey, Metroid Prime episode of Ether. A lot of cool stuff. I recently saw on Twitter going around the Super Metroid 4, which was another one of theirs that kind of partially characterized Samus as being obsessed with round things and circles, and she just wants to curl up into a morph ball in all sorts of situations and admires anything that's circular. It's funny. Anyway, Happ got the artwork from Metroid Database for the character sprite, for the character models, and referred to that in concert with the in-game sprites, and sometimes preferring them for coloration and detail and stuff. So yeah, it's all pretty interesting. Okay, well, apparently I don't remember Metroid 1 that well. Not in terms of layout and stuff, but that's always been a weakness of mine, navigating maps and stuff. Often with especially retro games, I need to rely on external maps to get around and clue me in on where to go and stuff. I could probably consult a map of Brinstar, since this is based on the Metroid 1 game map. Because, yeah, I don't remember where the missiles are. There's a tank just somewhere early in the game that you have to go grab before you can progress in other ways. I should have remembered that at least. Oh boy. Tight space. I hoped it dropped in health and it didn't. Oh, okay. I think I'm stuck. I don't think I can get through here unless I have the morph bomb. Oops, I'm dead. Not that I made any progress anyway, so that's fine. We'll start again. Let's talk about the main character. So, despite being heavily based on Metroid 1, Happ wanted to create a new main character that he could then model and... oh, I've kept the morph ball, and it automatically activates when you walk up to a little small gap, which is nice. So you can't press the shoulder button to aim vertically, to aim diagonally, but you can hold it to lock in position once you've achieved a diagonal aim. Okay, yeah. So our main character here is Hydra. Part of his motivation was, like, comparing his original conception of Samus from the game, where she was sort of hardened and battle-scarred, two terms that he used, and he compares her to Boba Fett as well. Hang on, is that a glowing pixel up there? Yeah. I can actually grab that with a wall jump, which you couldn't do in Metroid 1. Well, I can try. Yeah, the wall jump is quite tricky, as with Super Metroid itself. But I'll be very glad to have that extra health. Sometimes you want to leave that one until the very end of the game in actual Metroid 1. Because whenever you start from a password, you only have 30 health. Like, it's really, really harsh. You have to go and grind to restore all your health back to full. No energy tanks. And a little strategy you can do, especially because there's more energy tanks in the game than you can hold in your health bar, is leaving one until later, and that one is near to the entrance to Turian and Mother Brain. So you can grab that for a refill before you head in for the final phase of the game. That's a little life hack for you. Oh, Gibbon saying that you could grab that earlier with bomb jumps. That's true. Bomb jumps is something you can still do in Metroid 1. They're pretty tricky, but you can do it. I don't have morph bombs yet, though, so I can't. Luckily, I had the wall jump. And I don't need to grind on enemies, because I have almost full health. Maybe I should look up a map. Because I don't think I can get through... Alright, this is a different place, isn't it? Oh no! I miss maps. I'm glad that later games have maps. Metroid 1 is just really rough for a lot of reasons, and that's one of them. When I first played Metroid 1, it was because it was unlockable in Zero Mission. I had Zero Mission on the Game Boy Advance, and after beating the game, you could play Metroid 1, and I did. probably not the best way to play it. I think they probably cut some lines of vertical resolution to fit it on the thinner Game Boy Advance screen. But yeah, I remember drawing out my own maps on paper during long car trips playing the game. Yeah, first game's a bit rough. Anyway, I was telling you about Hydra. Hydra's really cool. So she's a smuggler. She's an alien, non-human. She's wanted by the GF police, as we saw in the intro. And in the opening plot of this game, which is produced on that website that Happ made to kind of explain the game. Yeah, she is doing a smuggling run near Zebus and is shot down by the feds and has to crash land here. She leaves her ship behind and uses a teleport to go inside the surface of the planet to see what she can find there. And that's all you need. I don't know if the game really has an ending, considering it's only Brinstar. But I'll try and get the power-ups at least, which is taking longer than I expected. Because of course it's Metroid 1. And everything looks the bloody same. A neat little trick that can help you navigate Metroid 1 and find some of the secrets is that all the map tiles are either horizontally aligned or vertically. So this one's horizontally aligned, it's sort of one block high, or one screen high or whatever, but extends to the left and right, which means there's not going to be any secrets hidden in the floor or ceiling to advance to other rooms. But when you're going between a row like this and a corridor, or between two rows, there's going to be a corridor. Wait, a column in spreadsheet parlance. If you think of Metroid like a giant spreadsheet. So I've just come out of a row and here's a column and it's up and down as the game wants to present it to you. But there are those single rooms like I passed through and I was sort of shooting the floor and ceiling because sometimes there's a hidden path in those because they can extend up and down. And yes, I'm ragging on Metroid 1. It's really rough by modern standards. It's a NES game. Or a Famicom Disk System game in its original release. I've been watching somebody play Zelda 1 and 2, and although they're much kinder on 2, they're very critical of 1, and I have to agree with every single criticism. Zelda 1 is yeah, it's a mess. It does not hold up. Oh great, more bloody missile shutters. Okay. Gotta find those missiles. Yeah, Famicom disrespect. I disrespect it. I'm a child of the Super Famicom. And all this old junk, I hate it. Just kidding, it's cool. But not to accuse anybody of anything, but I have no rose-colored glasses about 8-bit games. And, okay, so Gibbon says, get good, lol. Saying, I know, I've played the game to death, though, and just have the map memorized. Well, in that case, why don't you tell me where to go, if you're such an expert? Huh? And yes, I will look up a map as well. I didn't think it would be such a big problem, but yeah, of course it's a problem. So Metroid Database does still have their maps up, which is nice. I will refer to them on this in this case. 1-to-1 screenshot map of the whole game, large file. Okay, so where do we start? Oh boy. This is a large file. My phone's having trouble with it. Yeah, it's too large actually. It's too powerful for my mobile browser. I'd like one with things marked on it as well. Okay, here we go. They have a different one that's more figurative than screenshot based. By Falcon Zero. Yeah, so none of the elevators are functional. Where are those dang missiles? Okay, I have to backtrack a fair bit. If I am where I think I am, then I might just be able to go... well, this way will take me there anyway. Alright, so we're gonna go back. It's all good. We're playing it casual today. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I think Hydra's a really cool concept for a character. She looks like she could fit in something like Metroid Prime Hunters, where they introduce these other kind of characters that have similar capabilities to Samus. And yeah, like I said, it was part of Happ's idea for Samus that she would, as he describes her, like later on they depict her as a kind of knight in shining armor, which was his comment on the kind of clean look of her armor in later games and how it's very metallic and shiny, whereas Hydra's a bit more beat up and sort of rusty. He apparently created some of the textures by converting photos of his stained cookware from his kitchen. And that does come across. You can see it in more detail in his full 3D renderings on that site, which have been converted into sprites here. But yeah. Hydra's definitely a bit rougher of a figure. Right, so now I'm in this column. I should be able to go to the bottom and then right and find a missile over there. Ow. Ow. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been here yet. I think all the enemy sprites in this look really good. He's done a great job with the pre-rendering. And it really fits the GBA aesthetic. It's too bad that, you know, like he says, he was time constrained and wasn't able to create a lot of more unique graphics for the environments and stuff, but maybe, well, maybe for the graphics that's what he was going for. Unclear. For the layout, he says he wished he had more time to make a new map for it, rather than replicating the Brinstar map. Yeah, I picked up a bit of health. Oh, this is the bomb. I'm in a different place than I thought. Hang on a sec. Oh. The bomb. If I got the bomb, that means I am somewhere. Or he might have replaced one of the things with a bomb. Yeah, I think that was originally a missile tank, but he's replaced it with a bomb. But having the bomb now, I can backtrack to earlier. Where do you start? Oh, there. Okay, and then you can go down there. Alright. Well, I'll try that. Maybe he's moved something there. So the location of pickups is maybe not the same as it was in the original, but I can refer to the layouts at least on this map I have. No! I'm losing more health than I'm gaining. Oh, what's that? Oh, that was missiles. Oh yeah, my bad. I forget that he replaced missiles with the Graviton Pulse. So I can now open those red shutter doors. Don't think there's anything up here, but I'm a bit curious what he did with the lift room. Now, how do I select missiles? So hold down R and then... Oh, I've wasted them all in one go. It's okay, I'll pick up more. Okay, so instead of the lift, we've got this new energy tank. But I don't think I can get it because I don't have morph ball bombs yet. But I do know where to get them, thanks to this map. So we'll come back for that if we need it. Yeah, as Gibbon says, not necessarily one-to-one map locations. She also says that, yeah, responding to what I said earlier, he did a wonderful job. And also that the music is very Axiom Verge. So did Happ do the music for Axiom Verge as well? A real polymath, that's cool stuff. Yeah. No, well, that's right. In the credits, it just says a game by Thomas Happ, so it seems like he did everything for it himself, which is nice. Talented guy. And the same for the second one. There's more names in there, but I think it's like publishers and stuff. I don't really know. I forget. Didn't check that closely. Oops. Oh, come on. I want it, though. Okay. Alright, I don't need the missile drops, thanks. This is the problem when you get the missiles. Everyone starts dropping them, but no, I want the health instead. Oh well. Oh, come on. Yes, I knew I could get that. Ugh, the grind in Metroid 1. It's pretty rough. Alright, so we'll go for the Morph Bomb first. Actually, if I go directly from here to... So the Ice Beam was replaced. I could grab that. But the Morph Bomb should allow some more exploration. The other thing I can try is to go to where the Long Beam was originally. See if he's moved anything there. Because that wasn't mentioned on the website. So yeah, to get the bomb I would go right from here, but if I go up and left instead, I can get to the Long Beam room. Wait, yeah, left from here and then, yeah, okay. Okay. Oops. Nah, I regret it. Stop giving me bombs, missiles, whatever. Graviton pulse. Okay. Very atmospheric. This is Metroid 1 quote unquote music right now. Oh, that's good. The little creepers, if you shoot a door when they're on it, they kind of freak out. That was in the original too, so that's good. Okay. I'll try and hit it just once. Yeah. Oh wait, I do need multiple. Of course you need 5 missiles for these doors. Okay, what are we getting? Oh, the spring jump. Okay. Spring ball. So that's what they put in instead of the thing. Long beam. Instead of long beam. I wonder if that'd be something else if I had the Morph Ball Bomb. Oh well. Yep. No! Palette swap enemies. I don't want to have to spend time next to an enemy spawner chimney, but I might have to. Alright, now that I have that, let's try and get the Ice Beam, which in this game has been replaced with Screw Attack, and that helps a lot with exploration. You take less damage as you're getting around, and you'll kill enemies instantly. It's really cool. Screw Attack is always one of the most... like, one of the pickups in Metroid games that makes you feel the most powerful, which is one of the great things about the genre in general, is returning to earlier locations, having gotten later pickups, and having, like, so much stronger abilities, and just mowing down enemies that gave you trouble earlier. Crap. That sucks. Ugh. I'm so upset about that. Oh well, it's fine. We'll just start again. Oh wait, but I did keep my Morph Ball last time, so what have I kept this time? Everything, great. It saved my progress. How kind. I just don't have passwords. There's no Justin Bailey for Hydra, unfortunately. I'm curious about her alien physiology. You can see some concept art alongside the rendered models on that site, which include earlier versions of the helmet. The final helmet is kind of bulbous and just kind of has a round window on it, but there were more face-like helmet concepts earlier. I really should play Axiom Verge. It's like almost the next thing I'm gonna play. I just wasn't fast enough to do it before I decided to stream this. So that's my bad. Alright. Ugh, are you just kidding me? I can't make that jump? No! Can you kill the Rippers with missiles? Let's find out. Nope. It just bounces off. Or Zoomers? What were those ones called? I was never great on the Metroid names. For any game that doesn't have a scan visor. Oops. Yeah, the screw attack does kill them, that's true. All the more reason to go grab it early. Much earlier than you would in an actual Metroid game. It is cool how the different games change up the order you get things though. It makes them feel quite different. Before I played Dread, I revisited Samus Returns. I didn't get all the way through it, but it was enough to give me a feel and remember what it was like, and enough to screw up my muscle memory for when I started Dread because some things had been moved around and changed. But yeah, in that game you get the wave beam pretty early, and then the wide beam much later. Whereas in Dread they give you the wide beam early, and the wave beam's like almost the last thing you get. Alright, so we're gonna go straight through here and then get to the next, one of the next column rooms, and there's a secret there, but I might need the morph ball, so I might have to progress first. I'd better stop at the next chimney I find. Oh, stupid. Arrgh. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there we go. There's a break here, but I don't think you can actually get the thing. In fact, this isn't letting me go down. Okay, there we go. I need to break 2. Yep. Oh, stop. Stop! What? I don't know, whatever. Oh, this is how you ascend this room, isn't it? Oh, great. No! About to die. Ugh, and the blocks come back. Man, Metroid 1. No! Oh my gosh. I hadn't even found a chimney yet. Okay, don't try to shortcut it. You have to go the long way around to get to that ice beam. Oh wow, maybe I'll just spend the whole stream on this. I had other plans, you know. Yeah, I figured I wouldn't get to all the games today. So this will be a multi-part series, I guess. I'm just curious about the extent of the item changes and stuff. The fact that it is Metroid 1's map makes it a little bit less interesting as a concept, but hey, it's a little student project. It's got other qualities to make up for it as well. Also, it plays really well. I haven't mentioned that yet, but very smooth. I would believe that this guy went on to make, you know, highly regarded Metroid-style games after this. And Axiom Verge 2 is quite new, and the only thing I know about it is that this time around the playable character is a lady, which is nice, because that's Metroid. Welcome to the pit of death, Gibbon said while I was in there. Yep, that's right it was. The pit of despair. There we go. Also, you don't have to play through this whole thing if you don't want to. Yeah, that's true. I'll get the screw attack at least. What were the other things I said that he changed? The morph ball. Yeah, that's not that interesting. Okay. I'll get the screw attack. I just want that catharsis of blasting through everything. But yeah, I think you're right. We've probably got a pretty good idea of it by now. I don't have any reason to expect there to be a boss fight at the end or anything. But I'm not really sure, to be honest. Okay, so I'm in this shaft now. I have to go through 2 more corridors. Shafts and corridors is maybe a better way of referring to them than columns and rows. And yeah, the whole shaft and corridor setup is, I think, a technical limitation. They couldn't have screens on the NES, or at least at the time that they were doing it and the way that they were coding it, they couldn't have a screen that scrolled both vertically and horizontally, so they had to pick one or the other, and so every room alternates between those two. Oh wow! Gibbon has just remembered that Happ reused this music in Axiom Verge 2. That's hilarious. Amazing. Can't wait to play it. I shouldn't have stopped to play that Castlevania game. What I'm playing right now in my free time is Castlevania Grimoire of Souls, the kind of failed mobile game that was tweaked a bit and then put out on an Apple Arcade. I struggled for a while to find the best way to play it for me because it's kind of... Oh no, 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 no! No, please, no. Please, no! Well, that's Metroid for you. You're not going to conquer it, it's going to conquer you. So I'm going to stop there. I didn't get the screw attack. I was denied my catharsis, but I suppose it's only fitting. Just a quick check if I have any more notes. Oh yeah, this is apparently set before Metroid 1 in the year 20WX, which is a fun reference to like 20XX. It's just before that. Alright, so that's done. Let's move on. The next one I'm going to play is another venerable fan game. We're going from 2003 to 2011 now. And this is Minitroid. That's quite loud. It looks okay in ops. Let me know if you want me to turn it down. But I'll just capture that window. So this was labeled a tech demo. And I can make that bigger. Yeah. That should scale better. Given letting me know for what it's worth, I don't think there's a boss in Orn. And she also loves Minitroid. It's so good, she says. Yeah, cool. That's good to hear. So Minitroid is, yeah, probably pretty well known. The one thing I'm not going to play in this little mini-series of Metroid fan games is AM2R, because I think, like, enough people have played it and covered it that I don't need to. And it's quite long anyway, so... yeah, this is a tech demo made by Tokinsom, or Matt Gruber, with the help of Betatronic and music by Jamie Billings. Yeah, it used to be one of the sort of star features of Metroid Database, the site again that I've mentioned. But yeah, sadly you can't get it on Metroid Database anymore. Maybe since the restructure, or maybe they're a little gun shy about bloody Nintendo cease and desist notices. But either way, you can still get it on archive.org. Tokinsom has a YouTube channel which has footage of the game on it, and there's a link there in one of those videos to where you can still get the game. It's on archive.org, so you can still get it. Don't confuse it with 2 other games that are on itch.io, which have the exact same name, which is fair enough because it's a good pun. Oh no! On Twitter, Thomas Happ just liked my post about how I'm going to play his game. Well, if he turns up, or whatever, I just finished. Sorry, Tom. So yeah, Minitroid. This is pretty cool. Tokinsom made it to learn how to use the game engine construct, or how to make games in it. But yeah, after some development, he abandoned it without it leaving tech demo stage in terms of a playable form. There's some footage on his YouTube of later parts of the game that weren't implemented yet. Yeah, so that's what I had to say about that. Oh yeah, and to plug, Thomas Happ's new work with Axiom Verge 1 and 2, we can also plug Tokinsom's new work. He formed Morwillow Studios, is that right? Morwillow Studio, and they're currently developing a game which is essentially a successor to this. It looks very similar, called Lysium: Stardiver. Yeah, so that's cool. And yeah, so okay, we can tell that this started with kind of a reference to how Metroid 1 starts. You go left and get the Morph Ball, but the level layouts are becoming original pretty quickly, which is nice. Gibbon was saying in chat, did I ever mention I used to be really into the Metroid fan scene and kept up with this stuff religiously? Yeah, I do know you're a big Metroid fan who doesn't always get on with everything happening with the fan community and their opinions, which is fair enough. Every fan community has problems. What is this about? Is that just a save point or what? Anyway, she said, I imagine you're going to progress beyond things I'm familiar with fairly quickly, though. Yeah, I guess it depends how long it takes me to get through this. Yeah, I had a couple of other things to play today, so hopefully we'll get to something you haven't seen yet soon. Maybe I picked stuff that was too well known. I like to play obscure stuff so as to bring attention to things that aren't as well known. But oops, okay, I was way too close to that enemy, got hit a few times. And we're going to start from the last save point, which indeed was this blue platform. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with Metroid fan works. I'm a lot more familiar with the fan translation of the comics and stuff, because that's deeply within my wheelhouse. And yeah, Metroid Database is great for that. I used to be... So Metroid Database does yearly marathons for charity, where they play all the games in a row over a long weekend or something. And I used to go into that every year and watch them pretty thoroughly. But I've fallen out of that. I've kind of lost touch with when they do it, and I've missed it the last few years. But when I was returning every year, it was really nice going in and kind of catching up with all the people that I'd chatted with in the last year's marathon, I don't know if there's something in that room or not. I should keep trying, I guess. I do have missiles. I started with them, I just haven't used them yet. I tried one there. There's some other inputs that I haven't used yet. So missiles is that, and then there's a run button, but I think you have to unlock a run power up first, and then you can do little speed boosters and stuff. Yeah, I'll go back this way again. Oh no, I misinterpreted. Did I? Maybe I didn't explore well enough back the other way. I'll finish going this way first. Anyway, I think this game is really cute. The art style is really nice. It's called Minitroid, which clues you in on what they were going for with the style. Everything's, as you can see, everything's very chibi style and like more pixelated than it ever was. And I think that's a really cool aesthetic that I use myself in my own art, is low-res representations of things with fewer pixels. I think it's really cool. corresponding with that, the like stated plot of the game is that you're playing as Minimus as opposed to Samus. I don't know if... What do you think that is? Morph Ball Bomb? Yeah, okay. Let's try it out. Woo! Missile tank. Get some more missiles. Alright, what was I saying? Stuff. Things. I think I was done with that train of thought. Yeah, I don't think anything I'm playing today is like a full game. The first one was kind of a short, I don't know, what was a student project, maybe proof of concept or something. This is labeled a tech demo, it was never really finished. Oh, okay. I'll go this way then. I can defeat those little grabber-on things with the morph bomb, so maybe there was something in that room I can get now. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, alright. Well, so Gibbon, if you're familiar with this, can you tell me the extent of it, how far I can... how far I will get before I can expect to be finished with the game? Yeah, that's right. Given saying that, Metroid fangames are kind of notorious for never getting finished. AM2R being the notable exception. And yeah, even the name of that is a reference to how many fan games had been started and never finished. Because if you don't know, AM2R is Dr. M64's fan remake of Metroid 2. And it stands for Another Metroid 2 Remake. Oh no! She says, gonna be honest, I haven't played this in years and years. Fair enough. Probably nobody has, I don't know. 2011 is when it released. Go away! But yeah, it not being featured on Metroid Database anymore probably hurts its visibility. But hopefully... Oh yeah, that's a nice effect of the bullets bouncing off. Yeah, hopefully Lysium Stardiver gets finished soon. It's already been through some iteration since the first teaser was announced. The art style looks a bit more detailed since then. But it looks pretty cool, can't wait for that. According to what it said in that video, Lysium Stardiver, it's being developed for the PC and Nintendo Switch. So look out for that at some point. Wait, oh, okay. I'm back at the start. I was just going through doors. Did I... I must have missed something? Yeah, I probably should have gone down or something. Okay. I've just backtracked. Maybe this is a little bit more linear, slightly, than other Metroid games. But it is only mini, after all. Alright, so I'm here. There was the save point. I might as well save since I'm here. But I can probably bomb through that floor or something. Boing. So you've played Axiom Verge 2 then, Gibbon? What do you think? How does it compare to the first one? It's much more Vania than Metroid, she says. Interesting. So I would say the differences between Vania and Metroid are Metroid does not have like an experience system. Oh cool. Energy and ammo recharges, that's handy. Metroid has more of a focus on unlocking abilities to make you stronger and more exploration capable. Oh, okay. Gibbon says it has a very different feel to it. There's upgrade paths and weapon progression and such. You also spend a lot more of the game using the drone than in the first game. I think one of the standout features of the first Axiom Verge was this sort of glitch gun system where you could alter the environment and other objects and stuff by like glitching them with an interesting kind of meta mechanic. Bomb jumping is easy in this game. Either that's a fall through floor, so you got to get it some other way. Unless there might be a way to get it over here. It's a tricky enemy digging into the floor like that. Yeah, you can't reveal or break blocks with missiles in this game. That's... I don't remember. I think maybe Zero Mission had the feature where if you missile a block, it reveals if it's a hidden breakable block, but yeah, Samus Returns and Dread definitely do that. Oh, I'm back here. Dang. Time to backtrack again. The drone is Axiom Verge's answer to the Morph Ball, but yeah, it's... how to describe, says Gibbon. It's obvious that it was made by the same person, the art style is the same and such, but the inspiration for the environments is very Sumerian as opposed to not Metroid, if that makes sense. So saying that maybe the first game had more sci-fi style Metroid inspired environments, whereas this one is a bit more historical, which is an interesting change. Yeah, sort of like La Milana or something. Yeah, okay. Sounds fascinating. Whoops. Oh no. Arr. The only problem with my setup here, well, one of the problems, the microphone cable goes across in front of my feet, and if I like stretch or adjust my feet, then I can pull at the cable, which is very bad. Anyway. Oh, rude. Yep. If you're grabbed by an enemy, use the morph bombs. It's always been a Metroid mechanic. Ah! Jerks. Ah! I thought if I was high enough I could avoid it. That's alright, they give me an energy tank. Very handy. I like that you don't have to crouch to hit things, because you're already so small. It's very cute. But yeah, it's interesting, this kind of trend of these high-profile fan games leading directly into the developers then creating commercial products that are inspired by Metroid games. So, it seems to be like a viable career path for a lot of these people. Like Tokinsom, creating this indie game and forming this studio, Thomas making Axiom Verge, and Dr. M64 or Milton Guasti, after making AM2R, was hired by the company that I forget the name of, who created Ori and the Blind Forest, and he then worked on Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which, it's not exactly Metroid, but it's Metroid-esque or the Metroidvania style of progression. Gibbon goes on talking about Axiom Verge 2. It also has a much softer palette, and the environments have a much more organic shape to them, as opposed to the rigid tile-based structure of the first in its Famicom mimicry. It just has a different feel to the atmosphere, alongside the shift in focus to more iterative progression, getting better melee weapons or leveling up your skills and such. Still very good, but a different sort of experience. Interesting. I hope I haven't just regressed there. Okay, this is the room where you need the speed booster to get through. Okay, I get it. You should, Gibbon saying you could maybe bomb jump up that shaft. Oh no, which shaft? I haven't finished exploring where else I can go, but that's a good suggestion. I'll keep that in mind. Since bomb jumping is pretty easy to do in this game. Ow! I can't even make out what those are supposed to be. Like some kind of burrowing creature. Yeah, I'm thoroughly lost. I have no idea what I'm doing. Ow. Oh, lovely. They're just throwing energy tanks at me. I do not mind. Okay, let's see if we can find that shaft that Gibbon was talking about. Ow. Jerks. Oh yeah, I should also note one thing. When I was looking for Metroid games to cover today, there's a million billion Metroid fan games. There are so many. What I decided to like select for are ones that have their own art styles. A lot of Metroid fan games, maybe because the creators don't have like access or ability to create a lot of new original graphics, but they have the game design, the coding or whatever, and they want to make a tribute to, you know, the series. So this shaft is what you're talking about, right? Good plan. Let's try it. So I'm just mashing now, but we might, if we want to get more height, we might have to do a bit more regular timing. It's all about just getting the timing down. You're not really trying to react to what's happening. You're just, once you find the right timing, it works, basically. And sometimes the timing is 2 in a row and then a gap. So like the first one pops you up and then you fall onto the second one. Yeah. I'm not getting it. Oh. Oh well. Oh! If that thing hadn't come along, I'm pretty sure I was almost getting there. Oh no! Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure they probably intend you to do like a shine spark up here. So we're trying to sequence break right now. Metroid games never require you to do a bomb jump, to do like a bomb chain. So I don't think a fan game would either. Anyway, yeah, the games that I'm... yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna explore where I haven't been yet first. If I could remember where that is, that I haven't gone. Okay. Well, I've been down here, right? Of course. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I was saying I decided to play games that have their own art style, which makes them more visually distinct and entertaining in that way. Because a lot of games kind of take sprites from, you know, either Metroid 1 or the advanced games. I'm retreading ground severely now. I've definitely been down there, and yeah, okay. Maybe this is the way forward. Let's try a wall jump. I don't know if that's a mechanic in this game. Can't seem to get it, but it was always more difficult jumping up single tile tunnels anyway. Come on. Alright. I'm doing this. I'm doing it. Oh my gosh. Yes! Yes! If I go down there I get a missile tank, but I might have to do that all again. Uh-oh. Yep, gotta do it again. Now, how did I do that exactly? What? Ugh, stupid slugs. Thanks for the suggestion given, but now I'm looked into doing it all again. The trick is placing one low in the arc of your jump, so that as you're falling back down, the timing is such that it blows up again as you're on it. You don't want to put them at the top of your jump. I feel like I just got lucky before. Oh, oh. Can I get lucky again? Yes, all right. Oof. Feels good. No, it got away. Gotta do it again. Shorter one this time. Okay, well. I really have to wonder if this is all intended, but we're committed now. Arrgh. Okay. Oh, no! What? This one's even harder. I'm trying to drop a bomb just off the edge and then... But if I put one here and then go like this... Yeah, okay, that works. Oh my gosh, we made it. That was incredible. And now I just gotta use it to get around normally. I really feel like I've skipped something here. My sync is breaking! Maybe. Oh, great. Okay. Oh no! Where am I? Whoa, what? No, what? Here? I've just undone all my progress. Well, maybe that's enough for a good preview of this tech demo. There's more to it, but I'm gonna call it there. Very charming little thing, and keep an eye out for Elysium Stardiver by Tokinsom and crew. Okay. Well, now Gibbon, as you requested, let's get into some more obscure stuff that you might not have seen before. That should be interesting. So in keeping with the whole new art style kind of thing, this is Metroid. It was made in 2015 for a Metroid game jam by minkcv and beatscribe, who did the music. Emergency order. Samus requested to return to Zebus immediately. Intercepted communication is revealed a secondary base, codenamed Metroid. Metroid Technology Research and Development. Investigate and eradicate experimental Metroid energy applications and weaponry. Galactic Federal Police. M510. So it's a sequel. Yes. So the idea of this game, or like some of its tags on itch, include ASCII and Commodore 64. So those are the kind of aesthetic inspirations we'll be seeing in the game today. Ah, there we go. Yeah, the intro looked a little bit different to what we've got in the game, but I thought this was incredibly charming, having what seems to be basically a recreation of Metroid 1, at least at first, but it's kind of a Commodore-inspired color scheme, and all the sprites are just ASCII characters, which is very cute. Very sort of ZZT, Dwarf Fortress, you know, that kind of thing. NetHack, all these old games that used that as the basis for their graphics because they were on machines or systems that didn't support graphics, or that was an easy way to do a game. So yeah, as of right now, I'm Samus, who is an at and an R, but my legs change to an A and an N as I run. So that's very cute. And I have the morph ball. Ow. I assume that's a missile. Yes. What was the missile button again? This one? Yeah. You can see my little gun changes color. I cannot crouch, but I'll test the missile in a second. Well, yeah, there you go. It looks like a backwards arrow. Very cute. Yeah, I don't know how extensive this is considering it's made for a game jam. Those things look like chromosomes. Shriek bats? No, that was the Metroid Prime version. I don't remember what they're called. I'm gonna need the morph ball bomb to get that energy tank. But I got another missile tank. Gibbon says, in the style of Cranky Kong, ASCII was the easy way out. Complex games did hundreds of peek and poke commands to do custom graphics. Yeah, got a real Commodore crank in the chat today. So this, unlike Orn, is more than just Brinstar. We've got a bit of that other place down there, the bubbly green place. What's it called again? I don't know. Norfair? That might be Norfair. Go away! But I'll finish exploring up here before we go back down there. And I was rewarded with a missile tank. Yes, Norfair. Thank you. I think Gavin probably said that before I arrived at it, but chat delay, you know. I think it's really cute how this doesn't have screen transitions. It's all one big map. There's still the door panels and even moving into a new area here in Norfair, but it's all continuous, and that's really cool. Which is what you can do with a modern game, but they're still evoking those old tropes. In fact, this is what you would call a demake, which is something I've been exploring a fair bit recently on streams. Okay. I can't aim down, so I can't shoot at the floor. So if there's a breakable block or something to get through to that lower area, I won't be able to get it until I have the morph bomb. So let's go back and explore somewhere else. I'm not sure how extensive this one is. It is a game jam game, which means it would have been made in a short amount of time. But despite that, it's quite well polished in its feel. Like, it plays really well. I think it's very successful in that. Wait a minute, did I get the long beam without noticing? What's going on there? My bullets go across the whole screen now? That wasn't like that at the very start, was it? Oh, was this Turian? Oh my gosh, we're here already? I haven't got anything. I haven't got the ice beam. Ah, the Rinkers. Yeah, here we are. Haven't seen any Metroids yet, thankfully, but this might be the end of the game already. Yeah, as a game jam game, bit of a proof of concept. There's Mother Brain with the arrow N pound sign. close parentheses %7, classic. And they've textured the top of the brain with some slashes and stuff. Very nice. Ampersands down below. Very cool. Alright, let's go. We've broken open a gap. Oops! Let me out. Luckily the jump height is quite good. Oops. Okay, I've hammered her with all my missiles. Might have to retrieve some from the rinkers. There's no feedback on damage on Mother Brain here, but I'm gonna have to assume that I'm doing damage. There we go. Time bomb set. Get out fast. Oop. Oop. Very short music track here. But man, what a game. It gets in and gets out fast. Just like the time bomb. But that's fine, that's cool. You know, it's made its point, it's demonstrated what it is and what it's doing, and then it's over. You've restored peace in the galaxy. A fan game by Will Smith, minkcv, and Jesse Rat, beatscribe. So thanks to those two. Yeah, very cool stuff. Much shorter than the other ones. That means I do have time for another segment at the end here. Yeah. Also, this was made in Java, which means it's, well, I was going to say lightweight, but actually it's like 50 meg looking at the file. Never mind. But it should be cross-platform. Oops. Okay, well, I've hit start and just gone straight back into the game. So that's all. We're done. Right. And another, like, recent project that caught my attention heavily is Prime 2D. But considering the scope of that and what was put out with it, I'm going to say that for its own stream, seeing how much time I have left today. So what I'm going to do instead is return to a project that I've talked about already today, AM2R. So before Dr. M64 finished AM2R and put out that final release and then got the ban hammer from Nintendo's lawyers, and then fans, of course, went and patched the game and improved it further since then. But before all that, in 2012, he put out a little game as a... It originally started as an engine test, a demo for what would become the engine of AM2R. But it evolved into a standalone product in its own right. And that is called Metroid Confrontation. A sort of small-scale fan game. Let's see. It's not keeping its... Okay, yeah, that works. So I can do this. All right, I've just resized the window a bit. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm going to play next. I'm not sure how long that will take, but we'll go through it. So, after the destruction of Mother Brain and Samus's escape from the space pirate mothership, the Galactic Federation police realized that the destiny of the entire galaxy couldn't be in the hands of a bounty hunter. They decided to create a special training facility. The best enforcers could now face a virtual reality simulation, crafted to simulate extreme hostile environments and with unprecedented realism. Since Samus provided most of the data from her previous missions to make the training program possible, she was given the privilege to be the first person to try it out. Will she be able to finally defeat the ghosts from her past? So that is the premise of Confrontation. We're doing a virtual reality simulation. And yeah, this is pretty... Oh. A good fair challenge sounds good for today. Samus, in this scenario, you crash landed on an unknown planet. Your ship has already finished the auto repair process, but there's no fuel left. Scanners indicate the presence of a fuel cell in a temple near the landing site. You might have to explore the planet to find a way to open the temple gates. Good luck. Yeah, that sounds pretty familiar. Basically every Metroid game is like that. So, oh, great. We're controlling with the analog stick apparently, and jumping with X on Xbox controller. Can I remap this? Select is look up. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm just gonna check the options, see if there's like a control config thing. There we go. Oh, there's so many options. Amazing. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. Color depth. There are a lot of options here. Control setup. Oh, please, please. Yeah, that's how I like it. So I can remap the... Okay, here we go. Okay. Great. Perfect. Back? Escape. Okay. So we'll just do that again. Gibbon remembers this. Yeah, not too many surprises today, Gibbon, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Gibbon also commenting on the takedown situation for AM2R. Saying that there were a lot of people in our chats who were saying, I'll just play AM2R instead of Samus Returns because it's free. I don't know. I think you're oversimplifying people's reactions, but that is definitely a point. Okay, this is interesting. Definitely an all-new map here. But, like I was saying before, the graphics here seem to be taken directly from Zero Mission. Or if not directly, then inspired by... Let's see, how can I get over there? That works. Oh, you taunt me. You taunt me. I have no abilities yet, so... Yeah, this was kind of the backup game. It doesn't fit that whole art style thing I was talking about earlier, but it's... Oh, dang it. Yeah, it's pretty good to fit in here, I guess. I suppose what I could have played, and maybe I will actually after this, but after AM2R, in fact on the 5-year anniversary of its release, Dr. M64 put out something on his itch.io page, which was Skippy the bot that built a whole game around a short segment of that where you control a robot. I want it. Oh well. There's not much I can do in morphball form at the moment. Ooh. There's a first-time chat from viewer, and Twitch has highlighted it as such, which is interesting. I didn't know it did that. But anyway, hello, No Song for Spiders. Yeah, presenting an alternative viewpoint there. Even without Samus Returns, AM2R is a free, arguably superior version of a game Nintendo was still selling for $5 on the eShop. Oh no, well, yeah, they are agreeing with Gibbon to some extent there. Because Nintendo was still selling Metroid 2 for Game Boy on the 3DS Virtual Console. And you could argue, and in fact, you know, Reggie did, was that AM2R was competing directly with a commercial product that they put out. But yeah, so the counterpoint is that Nintendo is more draconian than they need to be, which I agree with. But they also say that I always thought letting AM2R be finished at all was something like kindness. And yeah, that's the theory, is that Nintendo was aware of it and they let Milton finish it, put out a version of it, and then they issued a takedown notice. So who knows what the truth is, but that is the situation that happened. Ow. Yeah, I think those are SR388 enemies there. Cool. Got the missiles. So, I haven't seen you before, No Song for Spiders. How did you find the stream? Yeah, more or less, says Gibbon, yeah. It is a nuanced situation, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and those toads, that's Metroid 2 as well. So you can see that this was, yeah, there's some ways that I'm noticing that this is a precursor to AM2R. Oop. Oops. Oh, that's right. There is a button mapping for aim diagonally with the shoulder button that I've mapped it to. So that's very handy. A bit more friendly than on. Oh, okay. This is Sean. Sean King. Oh, well, I'm sorry if you didn't want me to say your last name, but anyway. Sean, formerly from Alpha DK Vine, who has followed me after seeing a tweet about the DKC Trilogy fan game a bit ago. Yeah, sorry if you missed all that, because I've played that game for like 6 weeks in a row. But you can see all the archived videos of me playing Donkey Kong Country, the trilogy, on my YouTube channel, which should be linked in my Twitch profile. So it's really good to see you. Yeah, yeah, long time no see. I don't know if we ever really interacted on DK Vine, but I definitely was aware of you as a big member of that community, and your contributions to the old pod DK cast and things like that. Yeah, cool stuff. It's good to have you here. Have you tried out DKC the trilogy since you learned about it? Because I recommend it. It gets very difficult pretty quickly, but it's a really excellent love letter to the DKC games. Yeah. I like it so much that I even entered and won a contest that they're putting on their Facebook page to find a hidden secret in the game, and that's also documented in my YouTube archive. Power Grip from Zero Mission. Awesome stuff. I think... was it unlockable in Fusion? I think Fusion introduced the idea of gripping onto ledges, but it was an extra power-up in Zero Mission as one of those remake twists that weren't in the original game, but is a really cool mechanic. And yeah, Gibbon here, as she says, is the current forum admin and site staff. And Sean was one of the old staff, or new staff as they were known at the time, I think. Either the new staff or the GNU staff, I don't remember. Okay, he has Court of Water 2. Was neat. Aware of me is a good way of phrasing it. I don't play a lot of PC games, he says, so I haven't tried tracking it down. Same reason I haven't played much AM2R. Yeah, that's fair. I don't historically play many PC games either, but I have been getting the urge to play them recently, especially since I got access to a good PC because my brother got a new one and got rid of his old one. So, yeah. Yeah, Fusion had cleaning as a base mechanic, and Zero Mission makes it a power-up, says Sean. Yeah, that's what I suspected. Alright, where have I not been? I have the grip and I have the missile. But I needed Morph Ball Bomb to get down over there, right? So where else can I go? Oh, wow. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Gibbon says, I actually have AM2R on a handheld. It comes pre-installed on the Metroid Pocket system. I've never heard of that system. What is it? Can you tell me more about it? That's pretty interesting. And which version is it, by the way? Because like I said before, like, fans have updated AM2R since its release. It's now on like 1.5.2, I think. Oh, I can get up here now. Yes, of course. Little secret way. So yeah, support the official release, but AM2R seems pretty cool as well. And yeah, Metroid Dread is very good. I was gonna mention that earlier. I think I got distracted. The fact that you move in this game with the analog stick reminds me of Samus Returns and Dread. It makes more sense for Samus Returns, I think, with the 3DS, given how you hold it. The circle pad's a more natural place to put your thumb. And then, okay, so now I got the Morph Bombs, that's cool. I wonder if I can use them in this room. Oop. But yeah, it was a bit jarring playing Dread. Oh. Oh, okay, cool. I wondered if more bomb jumping was required. But no. Yeah, they use the D-pad for like selecting Eon abilities in Samus Returns. I just played Dread and I don't remember if they use the D-pad in that. Do they? Yeah. Gibbon, help me out here. I can't believe that my memory is that bad. But anyway, you can't use the D-pad to move on the 2D plane in Dread, unfortunately, because that's my preference. So yeah, moving with the analog stick is something in this and in Dread. There you go, that's the point I was climbing towards. Okay, so maybe I'll be able to get somewhere else. It's taken me back around here. Well, I can get that missile tank at least, probably, with the Morph Bombs. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so as Sean says, and as you reminded me, I now recall that you press left to bring the mini-map into a larger form, which I never used. I didn't find it that helpful. And the radar scan, you hold down right on the D-pad to do a radar pulse, which I did use a lot in Dread, which reveals breakable blocks around you. And that's all it does. In Samus Returns, you had a radar pulse that also revealed parts of the map, which I heard criticism of that being a bit too overpowered for like a map-based exploration game. To which my counterpoint is, you don't really need to use it, but the way Dread does it is, if you can see a room that's adjacent to you on your screen, then it gets pre-filled on the mini-map as well, which is a really smart way of doing it, I think. I'd like a refill, please. I guess they're not gonna let me do that. Oh! Okay, I hit the right trigger, and that put me down into there. Okay, cool. Okay, so on the Retroid that Gibbon has, they've put version 1.4.2. So that's not the most recent version, but you know, it's possible that they've updated since the release of this thing. Oh yeah, I got the bombs now, so I can go back down there. Sorry. Yeah, it's not the most recent, but they have included fan patches to AM2R on the Retroid, so that's interesting. When I got to that shaft just now and had to Morph Ball to get into it, I instinctively hit ZL, or the left trigger on this Xbox controller that I'm using on my PC. Because that's how you do it in Dread. I was talking about Dread. I was in Dread mode with the analog stick movement. And I tried to access my Dread muscle memory to Morph Ball instantly with that button, which is a really cool addition, by the way. I love that feature. And it didn't work, because this is not Dread. Certainly not. Support the official release. It's an excellent game too, by the way. Actually, Dread is my favorite Metroid game now. It is that good. I've played them all, and it's my favorite one. Finally, an energy tank. It's been long enough. So these little things are also from Metroid 2. It's really weird that they look like Samus's helmet visor or her gunship, which kind of had the same shape. I always wondered why that was. Is it because SR388 was a Chozo colony and they like engineered these organisms and that's kind of their aesthetic? I don't know, because Samus's ship is not a Chozo ship. She's had like 5 different ships, and as far as I'm concerned, she gets them from the Federation in some way and customizes them. Maybe she selects 4 ships that look like her helmet, because it's just cool. Alright, this feels like a boss arena. Crocomire, of course. Open up. There we go, buddy. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, Crocomire is a real boss fight. Of course, Crocomire exists in Super Metroid, but only as kind of, I would say, maybe a mini-boss. Not a real boss. Not one of the main ones that you need to beat to get rid of that statue thing. But it also exists in Zero Mission, unused. There's like sprites and behavior for it in the code that weren't implemented in the final game. While doing research for this stream, I found a fan hack of Zero Mission that reintroduces Crocomire into the game, which is pretty interesting. Ah. Oh, come on now. That timing is tight. There we go. I needed that refill. Oh, and Sean, by the way, if you're interested in seeing me play any other Donkey Kong Country fan games, I've done quite a few of them now, and I've recently made a playlist on my YouTube channel just of all the Donkey Kong related stuff I've played. So, yeah, I've got quite a number of those in the back archive by now. From the sublime to the ridiculous. Yeah, it was a really entertaining journey for me to look over basically the entire landscape of fan games devoted to Donkey Kong Country, because there was such a range and variety. So Gibbon said that, yeah, Crocomire is a sub-boss, not one of the main 4. I don't know if it's even a space pirate. It might just be something that lives on Zebus. Well, I'm not in any danger of dying from this guy, but having enough missiles is the thing. I wonder if I can shoot those rocks, actually. Come on, this is just too much health. Talk about a damage sponge. Come on. No. The spit attack. I should try and get a missile in at the end of that. Hey, there we go. Yeah, right now I'm waiting for the Donkey Kong Country, the Trilogy devs to announce their second contest that they alluded to. That'll be exciting. Although I don't know if it's fair for me to win 2 in a row. I'll still participate, probably. Yeah, that's a good point, Gibbon. Saying, this is just a mini Kraid fight, lol. Yeah. Got some Kraid mechanics here. Did you have to shoot Crocomire in the mouth in Super? Yeah. Shooting inside the mouth is definitely a Kraid mechanic. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I have played Super Metroid. It was a lot less complex than this, says Gibbon. Yeah. They have made Crocomire into a full-scale boss fight, which is nice. A treatment it's never got in the full game. In a proper game. An official game. Come on. Medal unlocked. So there's 3 boss fights in this game, from what I read. So we're 1/3 of the way through it, I suppose. Timing looks to be good. I think I do want to show off a bit of Skippy the bot at the end of the stream as well. So when I decide I'm done with this, I'll give that a few minutes at the end. Because it's a pretty fun little concept. And unlike this, it actually does fit the idea of having a Metroid fan game with a new art style. But you'll see what I mean. Sean says, he has more openings in Super. Also, you have Charge Beam and Supers, probably. Yeah, you would. Most likely. Getting to that point, have more of an arsenal than I have right now. Okay, so we've done that loop. We've gained the high jump boots. But before we need them to explore, there's still bits we haven't actually been to over here. This is good. This feels good. I can tell that this guy is good at making Metroid fan games. Which makes me very excited to try out AM2R eventually. Not eventually, soon. I'm going to play it quite soon, actually. It's just, yeah, Grimoire of Souls. I started talking about Grimoire of Souls, but I stopped because I got distracted by gameplay. So why don't we keep talking about that? Yeah. Oh, cool. I can do this. The Charge Beam. Boy, I wish I had that earlier. That would have been handy against old Croco friend. No! Yeah, so Grimoire of Souls started as a mobile game, and like other certain things on the Apple Arcade platform, it's still a mobile game in its essence. It's got a gacha system. It doesn't have an energy mechanic, but there are timed, like, mechanics to it. Like, you can only do some things a certain number of times per day and stuff. But, oh, okay. Oh, I think that's a feature of AM2R. If you charge and then Morph Ball, you drop a bunch of bombs around. I think that was new in AM2R. Oh, even with the high jump boots, I can't make it to that platform. Gonna need the Varia. Whoops. Oh, that's from Super? I forgot. Yeah. I've only played Super once and I didn't enjoy it too much. But yeah, now that you mention it, that actually does ring a bell. I don't think it's ever, like, required or anything. But yes, you are correct. That is something you could do in Super. Yeah, so I'm like halfway through the second world of Grimoire of Souls, and it's fun because of the fan service. Like, I love playing as Maria and Shanoa, and everyone's got their own moveset. It's almost, you know, I never really got a chance to play much of Harmony of Dissonance. Or, no, Harmony of Despair. There's 2 games with the word harmony in them, which is just confusing. But the HD one, that was a multiplayer one on like PS3 and 360. I played the demo of it, but yeah. It's like that. It's got loot, crafting materials, all this junk. Grinding. But it's a little bit of cheesy fun. Oh wow. Grab the supers. That's cool. No, stop it. Hey. Yeah. So this button swaps, yeah, and then we've got supers. So, yeah, the thing with Grimoire of Souls is I wasn't sure how I wanted to play it because it's available on a lot of different platforms if you're in the Apple ecosystem. So at first I was playing it on my Apple TV with a DualShock 4 controller, which is pretty good, but whoa, okay, there's that scream. Hello, boy. It's Ridley. Ridley's here. Did you expect anything else? So yeah, this is a very Zero Mission style Ridley. I can't destroy the fireballs, but I can do this. And now I'm all out. So charge beams it is from now. Oh. Oh, I can destroy them with beams. Okay. Ow. Jerk. You murdered my parents. How dare you? Hey. I'm glad I don't have to wait for this guy to open his mouth before I can damage him. Oh no, give me the pickups. Jerk. I like this track too. Very techno. Ow! Ow. Okay, I got him with one. Super. Ow, no. Yeah, you gonna give me some fireballs now? Thank you. Yes, that's what I needed. Oh no! Rude. Given says, hey, it's Mr. Blow Your Eardrums Out. And Sean says, I've seen this fight on YouTube. It's not very fun looking. Yeah. Well, it's... yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, wall jumping. It's as tricky as it is in Super. Well, we'll try that a few more times, I guess. But first, grab some supers. For all the good it does. Just search this room, see if there's anything else that can help me. Yeah, it's a lot to throw at you with one energy tank. Agreed. Okay. Well... I guess I'll save just to save myself a little bit of time on the backtrack. Oh no, I can't get back up here easily, can I? Oh well, Super's easy to get. Yeah, I think it's doable, that boss fight, but I just have to try a little harder. Yeah. Okay, so I was playing Grimoire of Souls on the Apple TV, but I decided to try it on a mobile device for convenience sake. It's got full touchscreen controls, but they're not very good. What I found, though, was it's much easier to and more pleasurable to navigate the menus in touch mode than it is with a controller. Like, a lot more. So what I hit upon was the idea of, like, folding up my iPad and having that as the way to play it, and then connecting a DualShock controller to it, which means I can touch the screen to navigate the menus in front of me. I can put it wherever I am. I'm not bound to the TV. And then I can pick up the controller to do the gameplay segments. So it's a real kludge of a solution for playing this game, but it works pretty well. The only problem is my iPad's a few years old now and chugs a little bit sometimes when playing this game. It's not really what you would call a conventional Castlevania experience, though, so if you're looking for that, like, it's not something that I would recommend in that capacity. Like I said, it's fan service first and foremost. Ah, nuts, I missed one of the supers. That's okay, we're doing much better this time. And there's another one for me to grab. An unexpected pleasure that I've had from Grimoire of Souls, though, is having the crossover characters talking to each other in between levels. So you get a lot of fun in-character dialogue and conversations. Like the one I just experienced this morning was like Charlotte Olan from Portrait of Ruin approaching Shinoa and saying, "You're so cool, how can I be cool like you?" Essentially. So yeah, it's got fun stuff like that. And the whole like grind of improving your characters has a certain satisfaction to it. That's why mobile games do it all the time. Oh, the Spazer Beam. Great. They changed that to the Wide Beam in Fusion because the name is a little bit close to some unfortunate slur language that exists. But no, they're using that name. That's fine. Dread actually used it as well, I think. Oh, didn't it? I think it did. Yeah, maybe not. No. I think Dread used Wide Beam and Samus Returns actually used Spazer Beam. From memory. But that's notoriously bad today, apparently. Yeah, okay, so Gimmick confirming. Dread used Wide Beam. Yeah, that did make sense to me because Fusion had Wide Beam and Dread follows Fusion. But I think during my playthrough recently of Samus Returns, I noted that it was still Spazer Beam in, yeah. And yeah, okay, Sean's confirming that too. Spazer still in Zero Mission and Samus Returns. Wide in Fusion and Dread. Thank you, sorry. Probably due to being remakes. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I feel like in a remake you could have changed it to Wide Beam and nobody would have batted an eye. I don't think that's a problem. But, whatever. I don't think it's intended to evoke that at all. And it's pronounced differently if I have it right, because it kind of rhymes with laser, because it's all sci-fi and stuff. I'm not really sure what it's intended to mean, to be honest. Like, a laser, light amplification by a stimulated emission of radiation. And then you got, like, Star Trek phaser. I think the F is, like, photon, but that's just the same as light, so I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, that's fine. Oh! Hidden missile tank. How about that? So, I don't know what it thinks it means. Space... I don't know. Whatever. Space laser, says Sean. Even he's not convinced by his suggestion. Gibbon says, spacer beam, but Englished. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, you've explained it to me. Thank you. Yeah. Spacer, because it spaces out your beam, so it's... Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's just like the Varia being originally the barrier, but that was also Englished, as Gibbon says. Mistranslated. Yeah, I wonder if the translators of Super Metroid thought it was a kind of laser thing, which is why they did that. Because, like, it's kind of a sci-fi convention to spell laser with a Z, but that's not how it's spelled in real life. Because, like I said, stimulated is what the S stands for. So the Z would not be anything. Alright, I wonder if I did that out of order, because I could have come this way before. There was nothing stopping me. And I've just gained, you know, the wide beam, which hasn't been necessary for any doors or anything. Go this way. Oh, right. Yeah, I misspoke. It was not originally in Super Metroid. It originated in Metroid 2, as Gibbon points out. So I'm going to get the speed booster in this room, aren't I? Nope. Bit further on. I'm really impressed with how polished this is, especially because it started as a tech demo proof of concept. Oh, here we go, Gibbon. It's your favorite. Kraid is here too. Oh. Okay. Oh boy, this is tricky. I think the normal beam is doing damage actually, as long as the mouth's open. But yeah, you very quickly get shuffled out of the way. So I don't need to worry about precisely aiming missiles. I can just beam spam, which is good for me. Ah. Wait, what's going on with my health? It wasn't displaying properly. Oh well, it's fixed now. Oh, the wide beam really helps with this, because you can hit Kraid from a standing position off the top platform with at least one beam. I should try and focus on recovery a bit here. Only a small purple. Ah, nuts. Ah. Oops. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, Gibbon says, it's my boy. Alright, so lost a bit of progress there. But I didn't really gain anything on the way. It's probably secret pickups I've been missing. A big part of why I like the feel of this game is that it's evoking the GBA games, which were my introduction to the Metroid series and also my favorite iterations of the series. Like, Super is a janky mess. I hate Super. But Fusion and Zero Mission, that is where it's at. Yeah. And yes, I'm being needlessly confrontational about that. But hey, we're playing Metroid Confrontation, so it's appropriate. Quit it. Oh, I should have gone left. How about that? It refills your health too. Alright, let's go back to the big boy. This time I'll spam some supers up top. And I'll try and reduce charge beam. Okay. No. There's a bit more backtracking than I thought. So, Gibbon, how are you going with Dread? I know Julius has started a hard mode playthrough since finishing. Have you gone back to it, or are you playing something else now, like me? And Sean, have you tried Dread? What have you been playing recently? Ah! Oh, missed. No! Being able to shoot these spiked platforms out of your belly always seemed like such a weird evolutionary feature to me. Like, why is Kraid able to do that exactly? Of course, it makes a little more sense if you consider him to be a genetically engineered bioweapon of some kind. Whether of Chozo or Space Pirate manufacture. Ow. And I can spoil this because Nintendo did it all over the place on their social media, but Kraid makes a wonderful appearance in Dread. As pretty much the only returning, like, boss or enemy in the game, which is refreshing. Alright. I don't have to shoot the claws to recharge, I can just sit here and do this. That's very convenient, and I'll make use of that. Gibbon says, I've beaten normal twice, and might start up a hard mode file now. Well, that's true, Gibbon. Making the connection to Prime 3 Corruption, where Kraid is obviously one of the giants worshipped on Brio. Yeah, so there are Kraid-style kind of references on the planet Brio in Corruption, which is nice. They never go all the way and make that connection, but it seems like maybe that was intended at some point, or it's just an Easter egg or something. There is concept art from Prime 1 of like a meta Kraid, a redesign that's cyborgified. But like many things for that game, it was cut out of the final thing. Had to be removed before release. And Sean is saying yes. He also has been playing Dread. Beat Dread 2 days after launch. Yep, same with me. I'm gonna try for under 4 hours on normal. Yeah, I don't have the speedrunning gene, so I decided to opt out of that challenge. You do get some pretty sweet concept art, or not like newly made art representing all the games of the franchise, which is a really nice bonus. The art is amazing for those galleries. And you get that by, yeah, clearing it in time limits. I didn't feel like going for that myself. But there's another few unlocks for getting a quick time in hard mode as well, which sounds even more daunting. Alright, let's go. I think you can trigger the roar by shooting the head. That's, I think, always been a mechanic for Kraid. For Giant Kraid anyway. Kraid was very simple in Metroid 1, and very tiny. Which they reference in Super Metroid with Fake Kraid. Although Fake Kraid was even a mechanic, or like an appearance in Metroid 1 itself as well. Alright, there we go. Yeah, Sean says he took a break to look up what the pros were doing in Dread. That's fair enough. I was recommended a speedrun video of it recently, and I feel like that would be really interesting to check out. And yeah, both of the people here. Sean says, Dread is surprisingly minimal on fan service, which is kind of neat. It has a clear identity. And Given says that she appreciates that too. And yeah, I agree. It does feel refreshing to have a game with a lot of new, unique content to it. I've always been excited about Dread for that reason, because it had a new story, and some games with new stories can still be heavy on fan service, so it was good to see that it's not just that, but yeah, there's a lot of new elements to it. So yeah, I'm very happy with Dread for that and other reasons. Alright, so that's gotten us out of there, but there's some more stuff we can unlock with the speed booster in these other rooms. Gibbon says, 9 days until the Isle Dragon Roars comes out. Yeah, I could do a hard mode run in that time. What's that again? Isle Dragon Roars? What is that? That rings a bell. What is that? Oops. Should have used my Shine Spark to zoom up through this room. Ah. Oops. Alright, so I've beaten the 3 bosses that exist here. Not sure then what the sort of end game is. Oop. The Shine Spark delay is quite short, so you have to make sure you're inputting the direction you want very soon after you hit that jump button. Most of the official games have more of a pause before that happens. And I can't resist filling out the map, I have to do it. I did it in Dread. Ugh. I think you actually need to jump with the speed booster, not do a Shine Spark. Yeah, I filled out the entirety of the map in Dread. It took a while, but it was very satisfying. Although most of the time I did it, my eyes were glued to the mini-map, which is not the best way to play that game, again, because of, like I said, the background detail that's all over that game and really makes it shine. Okay, so there was that. I think that's the first time I saw a speed booster block was in that room. From memory. Oh, maybe earlier. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember now. The Isle Dragon Roars is the next Yoko Taro game. It's a more traditional RPG, but done in the style of a tabletop/card game. All voiced by one person to evoke a game master directing a tabletop session. Well, that's a cool concept. Kind of similar to Crimson Shroud in that aspect. In that respect, she says. And Sean saying, yeah, that was in the last Direct, wasn't it? Yes, it was. The previous Nintendo Direct. Pine, I remember I was in live chat in Discord and Pine said, oh, this is Yoko Taro, isn't it? I'm calling it now, because we didn't know for sure. And I was like, can't be. There's too much color in those character designs. But that's because I've been playing too much Reincarnation, where everyone is very monochrome. They're either wearing black or white. They either have dark or pure white hair. And everything is very desaturated. But I guess that's just the style that game is going for. Okay, we have the speed booster. What should we do now? Maybe we can use it to, like, jump up near the ship. That's the only part of the map that I can see right now that has, like, a gap in it. And I don't remember there being speed booster blocks, unless either of you remembers that from watching me do it. So that's what I'm going to check out. Oh, I should have Shine Sparked this room. It would have been so satisfying. Yeah. I've just finished the last story chapter of Nier Reincarnation, which is a mobile RPG by Yoko Taro, or involving Yoko Taro. And off the back of that, I'm all ready to play Drakengard 3, Nier Replicant, and Nier Automata. So as soon as I find time, I've got some more Metroid games to play first, Metroid fan games and stuff. But that's what I'll be getting onto soon. I don't know what the end state for this game is, but I'm back at the start now. And let's do this. Oops. Oh, hang on. What? I got hurt at the top? That's strange. It always annoyed me how you took damage during a Shine Spark in Super. That's one of the things they fixed in the advanced games. Aha, I knew it. Given says, haha, hope you're ready to go through each one 3 to 5 times. It's good, I swear. Oh, did I mess up again? Given saying, that's a holdover from the original Metroid 2. Aha. Some NES sprites there, including a new one made for Crocomire. The boss statues, as seen in Metroid 1, Super, Zero Mission. What's this? Oh, the fuel cell, of course. Restores flight capability. That means you don't get the Varia in this game, which means that there's another way to get that missile tank near the lava. Oh wait, Varia wouldn't even help with that. It's gravity that would help with that. And clearly the scope of this game is small enough that you wouldn't have gravity suit. So maybe you have to get it with tricky bomb jumps, sideways bomb jumps. That's always a thing that I was never good at. So we'll leave that part of the map unexplored, sadly, but that's the end of Metroid Confrontation. We've done all the main content of it. There are more secrets to find, I'm sure. 17 of 25. And that's how long I took to beat each boss. See you next mission, which indeed is AM2R. So yeah, that's Confrontation. Good little game. So like I promised before, let's do a little go on Skippy the bot. To refresh you, that is the... can I window this? Hold on. Yeah, this is the game that Milton Guasti made after 5 years of release out from AM2R, and based on a little robot segment in that. I don't know the context from AM2R, unfortunately. Maybe you can fill me in the chat if it's important. Tonight we woke up in silence. There were no voices telling us what to do anymore. Have we all been discarded? I refuse. I'm functional. I can achieve things. There are no voices here. I could go out and seek new ones. All I have to do is find a way out of this factory. So there you go. The bots were controlled by Central Command, and they're no longer receiving instructions, but this one has decided to make it on its own. Oh boy. Yeah, so this is one of these sort of tricky control games. You can like rotate the robot, and you have 2 separate buttons for, you know, one for each leg. Mouse, keyboard. I'm using the controller, which maps sufficiently to it, with the shoulder buttons controlling the different legs, which is much better for my muscle memory. I tried this briefly on keyboard, and it was real tricky. But if you have left and right mapped to like your left and right hands on the triggers or whatever, then I find that's much better for me. So yeah, very cute look to this game, kind of monochrome-ish pixel art, but they of course rotate the robot arbitrarily, which is fun. Oh, I didn't capture it. Sorry. It's stuck on this. Oh, hang on. I think I can fix this. Sorry. It's a full screen game, so it was a bit tricky. So it's not doing that. Maybe if I do this, hold on. Yep, this should work. And I'll turn it up a bit too. So we can hear that lovely little chip tune. Game capture? Is that working? Gibbon says, there's a little segment in AM2R where you control a little hopping robot around some maze sections. So that must be what this is all about. I don't know if it's the same control scheme. Aim2R fans, you will know. I really should have played it myself before doing this stream. Oh well. Okay, that's capturing correctly now, I think. Yeah, cool. So basically you missed the first level, which was very simple. And they've introduced slopes now. What? Okay, I just need to get upright. Whoa! This reminds me of Donkey Kong ATV. Oh, did I mention that on stream yet? There was an update to Flashpoint after my last Donkey Kong Flash Games and Fan Games stream. And they added a bunch of new Donkey Kong games, so there's more to cover. I will... Wait, space shift to move the camera around. I don't know what that corresponds to on the controller. But yeah, like there's a free cam mode, basically. Yeah, so I'm not going to do it now, but maybe later when there's other Donkey Kong stuff to show off, I'll also do this other Flash game stuff, because the Flash games, they're all old, but they've been recently preserved in Flashpoint. And surprisingly, there's a lot of them that are like that Diddy Kong ATV game I played. The Trials style motorbike platforming. That was a very popular format for Flash games, apparently, because there's a ton of them, and I probably won't play them all when I get to that. But there were a couple of other ones that are worth looking at. Well, worth. That's up to you to decide whether you think it's worth it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, come on. Yeah. This is very much... like the Octodad style control scheme challenger simulator thing. Oh no, I'm a crab on my back. I'm a tortoise. I'm a beetle. This is just very funny, very funny. So yeah, this is like set in the Metroid universe, but without using any Metroid specific stuff. So, you know, Nintendo's lawyers can stay away. You don't need to interfere. Because I guess the robot here is based on something that was introduced in AM2R, the fan work. Although, I guess there were robots a little like this in Metroid 2. Don't look too closely, Nintendo lawyers. Oops. Whoa! Damage. Is my leg broken? It destroyed my leg! Amazing. Okay. And yeah, like I said before, Milton did work on Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So check that out if you like AM2R, I guess. I don't know. He's part of a large team there, so it's not as much like his vision, the way that Axiom Verge is for Thomas Happ and Elysium Skydiver, Stardiver, will be for that guy, Matt something. It was Tokinsom. He has his real name on his Twitter profile, but I forget what it was. Yeah, what's the time? Yeah, I don't think I'll go through this whole thing. I don't actually know how much there is, actually. Why don't I just keep going? Yeah, let's play the whole thing. Let's play Skippy the Bot. I'm gonna finish it. Whoop. Brutal. Maybe it says on the... Yeah, maybe it says on the page. I'll just check that up. Oh, hang on. This one? Skippy is on an epic quest to unravel its true destiny. Air control, flip, switch color palette. Ooh. Ooh. Game Boy style. There's a lot of options. How to choose. Let's go with green for this level. Like with Castlevania Legends, I'll pick a different palette for each level, if I remember. Oh! Okay, well, I survived. No! I wonder if I can gain any height at all. Oh! So this has got some timing as well. Yes, thank you, Sean, for the F. Please pay your respects to Skippy. Oh! Okay. Down to one leg. Oh! 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 Yeah. Invisible health bar. Oh, my mouse cursor's on the screen because I'm capturing the whole screen, I guess. Ah. Okay. According to the description on itch.io, you'll be challenged to complete 10 handcrafted levels. It's a short experience that makes it very appealing to try speedrunning or other challenges. Can you complete the game while collecting all the gems? Can you complete the game without collecting any gems? How about a deathless run? Okay, so I should be able to... Pop! No! Yes! Oh, the damage Skippy makes it through the tube. So 10 levels isn't too bad. We're already 6 levels in. Uh-oh. Spikes. Yes. Cool. That was a speedrun strat. I think they call it a damage boost. Oh yeah. Sean says, which Metroid 2 do you want your Skippy the Robot to look like? I want it to look like the unreleased Metroid 2 DX that had like mock-up screenshots in some magazine that they were apparently going to do a port to the Game Boy Color, like they did with, you know, Link's Awakening, Tetris, Wario Land 2. What else got that treatment? Wario Land 2 wasn't called DX, but it was the same idea. Oh. Oh no, I'm stuck. I can't move. You can't even see the pixels rotate. Restart. Gibbon asks, have you played the most recent colorization ROM? It's very good. Probably not. I think I played a colorization ROM when I played Metroid 2, which was a while ago. And its color really does add, like, handcrafted color adds a lot to these monochrome Game Boy games. We would have seen that with Ape's colorization of Donkey Kong Land. But yeah, if there's a recent one, that sounds great. Yeah, probably would be the best way to play the game these days. So just go to romhacking.net and it'll be there, I'm sure. Yeah, if I ever do revisit the game, I will check out that. Metroid 2, that is. I will check out that colorization patch that you mentioned. Actually, speaking of fan ROM hacks, and you, Gibbon, one of the games I'm going to play soon along with AM2R is Rogue Dawn, the ROM hack of Metroid 1 that adds a new campaign and like new content as well as a new story, because I thought you streamed that a while ago and it looked really awesome. So I want to give that a go. There we go. Yeah, go Skippy. Physics! Knock the block. Attack the block. Alright. And that'll block the spikes. Perfect. How about that? Physics. On the Game Boy. This is not really a Game Boy game, by the way. Not like Little Snow, the game that my spouse made using Game Boy GB Studio, which can be played on a real Game Boy. Check it out. It's a fun little puzzle adventure that is very short and cute. Ah, come on. It's so frustrating when you can't flip over. Ah. Whoa! I did a cool move. Hold on, I'll figure out more about that as soon as I get through here. Rogue Dawn. Hands down the best Metroid fan hack, says Gibbon. Factory 19 breakthrough. Okay, so Factory 19 breakthrough. How about this one? When I double tapped the shoulder, like the turn button, it does like a stronger rotation move, so that's cool. Breakthrough. Gonna break through these walls. Break the walls down. Let me see. Gibbon says, so there's the old colorization patch of Metroid 2 that hews closely to those mock-ups of the DX version. Oh, cool, yeah. I think that's probably what I played. But the more recent ROM hack goes for a custom look that's, in my opinion, much better. Okay, so there you go. You can check both of those out and decide for yourself, viewer. And yeah, this is a good way to get up if you're on your back, which I have only just figured out 9 levels into the game. If you're on your back, you can double tap, you hop back up. Very cool. But I think I'm glad that I didn't figure it out until now, because it was kind of fun and charming to act like a tortoise on your back and struggle. I think it can be fun to struggle sometimes. In a video game. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Did you ever... Because Gibbon was streaming Rogue Dawn, I don't think you got all the way through it on a stream, did you? But yeah, it's quite long, so I'm not going to stream it myself, but I will play it probably on my Raspberry Pi. Because it's a ROM hack of the NES Metroid that is playable in NES emulators and flash whatever cards or ever drives and such. Hey, there we go. Yes, it is a full game, and Gibbon did not get all the way through it on a stream. Fair enough. Pivot, final level. What physics are they going to throw at us? Oh, purple. Yeah. Let's do purple. Woo! So we've got more physics here with... what do you call them? What are those simple machines called? Axles? Is that an axle? Yeah. Woo! Sliding on my back. So yeah, despite being only tangentially related to the Metroid universe, I think this is a really cute game with a fun concept. And I guess it's taking place in SR388. So I hope Skippy gets out before the events of Fusion, because the planet is going to explode. Spoiler alert. That's what happens, right? The BSL laboratory crashes into the planet and then the whole thing just blows up. Yeah, so you're way down the end of that lever with the boxes, which lets you get up here. So, that should be the end of the game. What is it going to tell me? I led the way for the rest of us. Okay, so they all made it. Lovely. We set out to explore the planet, to find other lost units like us. Without realizing it, I became the voice. Oh, cool. What an arc. The voice that would lead us to a better life. This was only the beginning. There you go. Got half of the gemmery dooblies in the level, in the whole game. Pixel art by Saber230 and Jack Whitty. Game by Milton Guasti. Special thanks to the Metroid fan community. You guys are awesome. Gibbon even got a repro cart of Rogue Dawn. Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to play it. But as for the stream today, that's the end. Thank you for joining me. I think we had a good time playing some nice little Metroid fan games. Didn't get through them all, sadly, because my skills were lacking. Sorry about that. But yeah, come back probably next week. Maybe I'll do an extra one on an off day. I haven't decided. When I will play Prime 2D, the celebrated release of this year, where they converted some of the opening areas of Metroid Prime on the GameCube to a 2D format. It's very interesting. Yes. Okay. So until then, again, thanks. Yep, thanks, Sean, for hanging out. It was good to connect with you again after so long. All right. So stay safe, everyone, and play Metroid Dread if you can. It's really good. All right, bye. I gotta quit this, apparently. Okay. Bye.